Okay.
X-Ray Art sent me their new DIY kit with the iPhone 4, and this thing was a ton of fun to build. So I'm gonna go show it to you, unbox to show you what I did. But you can do this with a Game Boy. There's a bunch of different things you could do it for, and it's a great project to do with a kid, by yourself. Just it was cool. A lot of people complain that the last video I did with them, it was kind of an expensive thing. They do have some free kits as well for those of you that want something on a deal, but I love it. It's in my office right now and it looks great. I had a lot of fun just when you open something up and you just see the engineering in it. To me, that's really fascinating and really cool, and that's why I enjoyed this project.
Add things too. Is that Steve Jobs' real signature? And some of the things fell out, but you're given the iPhone. You're given the tweezers, everything, right? Even the glue.
All right, so here we go. Here's the time lapse. So you get the phone. They actually already unscrewed mine a little bit, but for this phone, you want to go by the charging port, and you can take out the 2 screws, and then the cover comes off. And then once the battery's out there, almost all the circuitry's at the top, the bottom, and the side. You eventually have to take off all this stuff. What they do is they do give you like a little link to a couple YouTube videos, like the iFixit video of how to do a tear down. But I want to see if I could do this all by myself without like looking at a manual to see if I could figure out where the screws are and how they want certain things to come off. I can tell you right now I messed up. I actually messed up a lot on this. There's actually 2 or 3 mistakes. If you see at the end of the video, you see the finished product, you're going to see I messed up a couple places. But you got to take off the speakers, you got to take out the microphone, you got to take out the vibrator, you got to take out the receiver, you have to take out the processor, the logic board. And the interesting thing about the logic board, it has these heat sinks on it, so you have to pull the heat sinks off. You can leave them on, but it looks so much cooler if you take those heat sinks off. And then I'm using kind of the board up at the top of the screen there, the diagram, if you will. I'm just kind of laying the parts on there as I go, because that was, to me, was kind of part of the fun. There's a little bit of cleaning as you go. You got to like take off stickers. There's like some stickers to keep the back panel on, depending on which model you're working with. But lots of little screws, and the screwdrivers they give you are actually pretty high quality. I was impressed with the screwdrivers. They give you 2 things of glue. They give you a suction cup, a prying bar, tweezers, things like that. All right, and then when it came to gluing, wasn't too bad. You definitely want to have a couple things around to press down. I ended up using some hard drives I had because I was in my office. But I would just say don't go too liberal on the glue, because the glue dries clear, but you can still kind of see it. It's not a perfect, doesn't just go away. And then you want to make sure you glue it well, just because it's going to be hanging, right? It's going to have some gravity working against it, right? So you just want to make sure you get a nice little glob on everything. All right, and here we go. We have our gluing all complete. Not bad, right? A couple hard drives, pressing some things down, and getting it all together there. All right, and here's our finished product. Well, not finished yet. You gotta frame it, but here it is, all glued down. All right, so let's go ahead and package it back up. You get the box. You can re-gift it to somebody. You can package it up, or you can do what I did, which I put it in the box. I took it to my office, and there it is, hanging there. And I think it looks awesome. Like, not only does it look awesome, it has a story behind it. Whenever I see it, I think about the adventure I had making it and how I messed up so many times. So I can be reminded of my mistakes. I can also be reminded of just how there's so many things in the world that make up that thing that's in your pocket, and there's so much going on, and it's pretty impressive, right? So I don't know. It's very positive to me, so I like it. That's what I think. Let me know what you all think.